Boom. Hello everybody and welcome to the second Buildcast live stream. This time we're going to be looking at Mr. Hanzo Hazashi, aka Young Scorpion. We'll be, just exploring the different gameplay mechanics, maybe talking about the story a little bit. I don't want to give too much away, but we can discuss it at least. Kind of show everybody where I'm at right now, where I'm going to be going soon. And maybe spend a little time on where we're gonna end up, and I think we're just gonna be doing some leveling. I want to stay away from the main story points for the most part, but we'll just be doing like side quests, maybe some main quests that don't really have any impact on the series, So go ahead and hang out, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, helps me out a lot, and we'll build Scorpion together, huh? Let's see, who do we have in the chat? We got Squared Zeus here early, huh? Welcome, friend. We got Tyree Gills, we got Mr. B, we got a real motley crew here today, huh? Tyree's starting his first video playthrough soon, just having trouble doing it. Yeah, that takes a lot of time. I still feel awkward doing my intros. Have you been? I'm always working out, man. It's a struggle at this age, I shoot for 5 days a week. It ends up being like 3 days a week, something like that. Last week wasn't great. Maybe you're just seeing the shirt. It's like a little more form fitting. Get the muscles. I slang some weights around. I slang some plates. Got the live stream on my phone while I play Dying Light. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I haven't lost weight. I've stayed pretty steady, like right around the 230 mark, but I've been trying to walk more. I haven't been watching my diet as much as I have been, or as much as I should be, but getting the protein shakes helps a lot. You eat less of the junk and you get more of the stuff that you need that way. So thank you for noticing. I'm always working on it. All right, so we're out here in Karthwasten. I'm always going to call it Karthwasten because it sounds better than Karthwasten, or it sounds better than Karthwasten, even though Karthwasten is probably more correct. And I think we're gonna go kill those quote-unquote bodyguards. They're basically hired muscle to come in here and keep the mine from being operable until they sell it to the Silverbloods, which is some major crap, right? Had a very stressful pursuit in a tunnel, right as you said boom, and it was freaky. Oh, wow. Pursuit in a tunnel. Oh, I see, in your game. Okay, sorry about that. I thought you were talking about real life. I was like, oh my god, what's going on with you? Why are you watching my stream if you're being chased down a tunnel? Okay, so maybe we'll spend a couple minutes here going over where the build is so far. So he probably looks a little different than what you've seen in the latest episode. The latest episode, I think, was the end of what I'm calling Chapter 1, his time as a bounty hunter in Riften. He is now moving on to the Companion's quest line. He's heard that's where he can learn more about his sword and his whip. Yeah, it's dusk right now, so the lighting is not ideal, I will admit. He's wearing the Pathfinder set from Warmonger's Armory right now. Got that all enchanted, smithed up. So on the boots, I got movement speed, which actually does convert to unarmed damage with the perk. I don't remember what perk it is, like Rushing Tide, I think it is. On the cuirass, we have just light armor fortification. 11 points goes a long way, especially early on. One-handed attacks do 18% more damage on the gauntlets, of course. And then bashing deals this is just because I didn't have anything better to put on the hood at this point, right? Hey, Aster, welcome. Not that fun of a real life story or life. Sorry. Yeah, no, don't apologize for that. I don't think anybody wants that fun of a real life. Lord Daka, welcome. Hey, I think it's been a while since we've seen you. Welcome, welcome. Maybe you were here last week or the week before or whatever. I just don't remember, but welcome nonetheless. Okay, so that's where we are with gear. Oh yeah, so we have an Akaviri blade, which I just found in random loot. I didn't smith this or anything. I did improve it. And we have a lingering burn effect on it. The burn effect is going to last till the end of combat. It does very little damage per second, but it will damage them the entire time. So that's very... no Nemesis? Not for the Arcane Archer. I am using the Shadow of Skyrim Nemesis mod. We can use that a little bit later and create some tension. But Arcane Archer needs to percolate a little bit. I have made some progress, but mostly just implementing on the ideas that we had from the last stream. So I need some more time in the oven with that guy before I reintroduce him to a stream. Maybe next week. Probably next week, I think. I have made some refinements to him that I'm eager to share off, or to show off, but haven't gotten there yet. Think I would be able to handle it better than in games, actually. Oh, really? You're one of those? Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I would probably rather do it in a video game than in real life at this point in my life. I got the same enchantment on the whip, and it's an elven whip right now. This is the best one that I could find at a merchant. Other than that, I've only been finding iron whips here and there. Now, the whip I'm going to be using as Scorpion's harpoon or his spear. This is just kind of the best counter, or the best representation I can find in the game. I'm using the animated armory weapon set for this and the animation sets for them. And in the later games, Scorpion does use his harpoon as more of a whip with certain move sets and things like that. At least you know they probably won't eat you. Well, probably, right? Some of the places around this area, you're not so sure. I don't know if you guys heard about the zombie killer news. It was a serial killer that was, I don't know if he was found here in Arizona, but he lived in Arizona for a long time and he killed some people here. And he did some freaky stuff. Freaky stuff. Still a chance to get eaten. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's the gear. Now, as we're transitioning out of Riften and away from Grelka and her light armor training, we're going to be transitioning into more of a traditional warrior. We're going to be doing one-handed and block. Hanzo, I would say right now, is keen to learn more about his weapons of choice. He's kind of capped out training on Grelka with his fists. We're still going to use those as needed, but for the most part, we're going to be trying to focus on increasing our one-handed and block skills. So we may go back to Jorvesker to do some training and things like that, but we won't be advancing that quest line at all because I'm saving those for the videos, right? Making me miss AZ with all the cannibalism talk and the serial killers, yeah. And that's not even the worst of it. It's back into triple digits again this next week. So we had a really nice week of weather, but yeah, now it's time for the suck. We all get seasonal depression out here, but not during the winter. We get it during the summer because that's when you can't go outside. Otherwise, you'll kind of die. And yeah, you're kind of just relegated to indoors and air conditioning. And welcome, Gray Sky. Good to see you again, bud. All right, so let's see. I'm also running Okado's Recital, and on that I have Stone Flesh hooked up just for some extra armor rating in combat. 60 points goes a long way at this level, especially with light armor. With Ordinator makes it a little harder to hit that armor cap with the light armor early. You're better off with the heavy armor, especially without any crafting specialization, right? It's in the 50s, man. Yeah, it makes for great cooking. You don't even have to use any gas or the stove or anything. Just plop whatever you want out in the sun and it'll cook it up for you. Yeah, I love the 50s. 50s are like that's my jam. That's my happy spot. So yeah, Oak Flesh, and then we got a couple of other guys hooked up to Okado's recital here. The one that I'm really excited about, this one comes from Arcanum. It's a Blazing Soul. So whenever you cast a fire spell, you gain 4% movement speed, 4% attack, and these numbers scale. 4% attack damage, and destruction spells are 4% stronger. So this really is great for the spell sword style of play, where you have a destruction spell in one hand and a weapon in the other. This also applies to unarmed combat as well, so you can have like a flame spell in your left hand and just, you know, rapid fire at your enemy until you're out of magicka, and then switch to your hands or your weapon, and then go at them with stacking attack damage boosts and things like that. This is great. This is a great spell, and it has the same fire theme as everything else that we're looking for on the Scorpion build. Yeah, I'm happy I found that. That was good stuff. And it's a novice level spell. You can find it right at the start of the game. Just hit up whatever the court wizard is. Find it there. Mostly just be listening while I finish my workday. Just know I'm here in spirit. Hey, no problem, man. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the workday. Enjoy your lurk. Recently switched to Valkyrie instead of Ordinator, yet hadn't had the time to play with it at all. I played with Valkyrie a little bit in VR because the VR system didn't have the capability of displaying all of the Ordinator perks. And it seemed good. It seemed a lot better than vanilla for whatever that's worth, but there's a lot of things there that I did miss and I would miss from Ordinator. So I just run with Ordinator. Volcrinator Black God tier. Yeah, that. I mean, if you're looking for Buildcraft, Volcrinator Black, while it's not balanced at all, it's going to give you the most options, right? Because that's Valkyrie, Ordinator, and Adamant, I think. So both of Anai's overhauls and Simon Magus's. It's crazy. And then the other thing I'm running on Okado's recital here is Salamander Touch, and this comes from Forgotten Magic Redone, and it's basically a flame cloak, but I like the effect better on this one. It feels a little stronger. You get perks in it the more that you use it, so I figured why not just throw it on there. And that about does it for the loadout, I think. Now that we are rocking more of a one-handed approach with the blocks, you'll see a lot more timed blocking than you will just the dodge rolls all over the place. In the series so far, you've seen Scorpion just, you know, just a perma-tumbling mad lad, just dodge rolling all over the place. That's because with unarmed, you don't have the option to block. So the only defensive option I had, besides, you know, just a little bit of armor rating here that really doesn't go very far in legendary difficulty at all, is that dodge roll. So I was all over the place with that dodge roll. All right, let's get in here and do some work on these mercenaries. Hey Tom, welcome. You be lurking for a while and doing some Lexi game testing. Sounds good. Hope that guide is coming along well, whatever that newer version is. I think that newer version has Shadow of Skyrim installed in it, right? Or is that just something that Magus80 was adding in? I'm just gonna have my weapon ready just in case. Let them know I mean business.
Fire, do we?
Try Skyrim unarmed animation. I want you and your men to leave.
Helping out Einathatch, huh? Give me a reason not to plunge a dagger in your chest.
Killed plenty of cowards. Won't feel sorry to see your name on the list.
Whoa, wait a second.
Oh, crap.
I was just kidding.
There are 4 of you.
We'll leave.
All right. Well, I guess Scorpion is looking a little more intimidating than I thought, huh? All right. Well, that was easy. I was really ready and waiting for that fight. Now what am I gonna go fight? You know what I should probably do is I should probably go up to the College of Winterhold, start that off. It's not really gonna have any major place in the story that I have planned right now, and I need to start working out the kinks of this get over here move, you know? Added in.
I've been looking for you.
Added in a bunch of mods that tweak Valkyrie perks to play nice with other mods. Also added the mods that return some Ordinator
Looks
perks
like
to
that's
Valkyrie.
it.
Okay.
Gotta go.
But also have the custom skills menu working. Oh, cool. Yeah, that'll enable a lot for you, the custom skills thing. So a bunch of separate skills trees. Yes, nice, nice. We were actually in full game test mode when it was decided to switch to something huge. Typical mod building. Oh yeah, that's the scope creep. I'm a software developer IRL, and yeah, I know all about that.
If the Forsworn aren't attacking my town, the Nords are trying to force me off it. That won't be the last we hear from the Silverbloods, but at least we can get back to work. Thank you. You've done a good thing for me and my workers.
Yeah, no
Here,
problem.
This is for you.
All right. Are we having a staring contest now? Okay, fine, you win. But just because you paid me 800 gold. Mild thirst, a little hungry. Okay. There is a carriage stop right up here, at least in my game. I got a carriage mod that adds stops to all the little minor towns and stuff. So I think we're going to take a carriage ride to Winterhold. Get that going. Ah. So yeah, for the harpoon, what I want to do is hook up pull through shadows on power attacks from my whip. Now I can't do power attacks from my whip specifically. I have to hook it up to just all power attacks via spell scribe.
Probably not, but it's worth a try.
But we can work with that. And if my concern here is that a power attack from the whip is going to take too long. That the pull through shadows spell is going to proc
I am here to assist those
really quickly and pull the enemy in before the spear, before the whip actually comes out and becomes active with its hit frames, right?
Why are you here?
So I might have to just concede that that's not going to work, and then just cast the pull through shadows with my hand instead of using it through spell scribe. I'll be able to use spell scribe in different ways, so I'm not rethinking.
Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within?
Rethinking that perk at all, even though it is an investment to get there.
I see. That power certainly exists, I assure you. Wield it faithfully, and few can withstand it. Would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside.
So I'm not there with spell scribe yet. I haven't been investing perks into the the enchanting skill.
Excellent. The mage light spell
Too often I've been focusing on combat right now, especially at this phase of Hanzo's journey.
Can you toss one on the seal on the ground? No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it.
Don't try to make
for a
yourself
mere
look like an
30
idiot.
gold.
She knows you should cast this.
Or
You
can
should
try
pass
your
the
luck
spell
with one of
test.
the
Yes,
court
indeed.
wizards around Skyrim.
Hey, Azadal.
They also sell spells.
Welcome, welcome. Build like this makes me think of a Nightblade. Yeah, except that as a ninja, Scorpion isn't actually very sneaky, right? So I haven't been playing him as a sneaky character, right? He's more of a spell sword, the way that my interpretation of him is, than a Nightblade.
Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see.
In fact, the only... So for Scorpion, I know in lore he was supposedly an assassin, right? But I tend to think of him as more like a warrior, like the Shirai Ryu, more of a warrior guild. What was the... Oh, that must have been Candlelight. I was like, what spell did she teach me?
Even if it goes
Oops, nope, that was not right. Gross. It was probably Mage Light.
Well done indeed. I think you'll be
that's
a
really
superb
bright.
addition to the college.
Sorry to
Welcome,
anybody who doesn't have any sunglasses
I'll lead
within
you
reach.
across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
So yeah, I thought of making Scorpion an assassin type, like a sneaky assassin type at first. But then I was playing a lot of Mortal Kombat to like get inspired for this build.
No matter what, the college will endure.
And yeah, in none of the games is he sneaky. In fact, the only ninja, well, there are a couple ninjas that tend to be pretty sneaky in Mortal Kombat. Like Reptile is one of them, which I might do a Reptile build at some point. I think Noob Saibot is pretty sneaky. That's really about it. I don't even remember Sub-Zero being all that sneaky. Sunglasses handed her out. Look at Tom. Saving the day.
I believe I've made
I'm just gonna
myself
interrupt
rather clear.
Mirabelle here.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class.
He is
Are you
Sub-Zero.
ready to begin?
Are you saying that Noob Saibot is Sub-Zero? Because you'd be half right and half wrong. Let's see. I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful.
Sure, why not?
Please follow me.
Yeah,
and
so
don't
Bihan
wander.
is the original Sub-Zero, and after Scorpion killed him, he became a wraith called Noob Saibot, who was more of a shadow mage than an ice mage at that point.
Practice sessions and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above
And
the
then
hall,
the person who
Arcadius
became
quarters above
Sub-Zero
the
after the original
While
Sub-Zero
technically in
died
charge
was
of the
original
Arcadius'
Sub-Zero's younger brother, and his name was like Kwai Lun or something like that. Kwai Lun. And he was more of a good guy than the original Sub-Zero. And he and Scorpion became very good friends, actually.
Some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never.
So that's why in the
hurts to
later
be
games,
prepared.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero are BFFs. And Bihan just hates everybody because he's kind of evil. So yeah, old Sub-Zero is the same as Noob Saibot. New Sub-Zero is a different guy. Yeah, you gotta get excited when you get that cheap spell and it turns out to be Mage Light. It's like, gee, thanks.
I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
Yeah. Ooh, she's getting a little close. She's rubbing up on me.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be
Is there a
considerate
desk
of
in here?
others.
I see a
Now,
bed. I
let's
don't
go
see a
back to
desk.
the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Oh well. I guess I could use some of the end tables as desks if I needed to. That's not a desk. No, more end tables and wardrobes. There are two different timelines, one where they are friends and one where it becomes Cyber Sub-Zero. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot about Cyber Sub-Zero.
Initially, you'll be.
Oh, then you also have Triborg as well, who was like 3 different ninjas in one. That was a hoot. It's such a cop-out. Like, just put the character in there, you know? Tyree knows it's Mortal Kombat. Look at that. There's one, there's apparently a pretty good animated series called like Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, and I kind of want to watch that as like an inspiration for this series. I think that would be cool.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
All right, may as well do Tolfdir's thing, and then it should be late enough that Enthir should be staying put. Enthir is one of the vendors of the Alteration Shadow magic from Triumvirate that I need. So he's going to be important. And he's the only one on the Skyrim mainland that
Welcome. We were just beginning.
that sells the Alteration Shadow mage spells that isn't quest locked. So you can get them from Enthir, you can get them from Golem Eye, but you can't actually get them from Golem Eye until you get to that point in the Thieves Guild.
Sir, I think we all understand that.
Oh, there's an animated series about Sub-Zero too? I didn't know that. It's probably pretty good.
Of course, my dear. Of course.
I heard the Scorpion one was really good. I haven't even heard of the Sub-Zero one.
That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control.
Yeah, and then after that, it's I think just Talvis.
If not decades.
It's either Neloth or Talvis, or maybe both of them in Solstheim. But I really don't want to have to go all the way up to Solstheim for that, you know.
This is exactly what I'm.
So may as well just unlock the Mages Guild quest line while we're at it. Maybe get some.
You've no idea what any of us are capable of.
Get some soul gems and stuff while I'm at it. Some enchantments.
So far.
Should be able to level up one-handed block and enchanting while we're at it.
Is that so?
See, he agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
Neloth is the best NPC in Skyrim. I love his voice, right? He's got a lot of personality, and he's like just oozing that Telvanni personality. Oh, and Babette from the Dark Brotherhood. Yes, you are correct, but that's also quest locked, and I have plans for the Brotherhood, so I don't want to join them just yet. Don't know any ward spells.
I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson.
Favorite character in Skyrim, though? Yeah, nice.
Just stand right over there. I'll cast a spell.
I don't blame you. He's awesome. I like Neloth a lot too.
Over there, please. Just sit neat. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now,
man, that's a cool blade, isn't it? That's the Akaviri blade from, or maybe it's the Akaviri saber.
You have to keep your ward up.
Oh my God! Stop talking and shoot the fireball at me.
Over there, please. Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else.
All right, shoot the fireball, doofus. There we go.
Well, I think this is an.
Yeah, this comes from Jesus Swords. Akaviri blade. It's straight, like Ninjato.
Excellent stuff.
So it's kind of like a katana, but it's straight, like ninjas used to use.
I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring.
Makes it more feasible to carry it on your back.
The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation.
Now, in Mortal Kombat 11, which is what I'm kind of modeling this character after, Hanzo, aka Scorpion, does use more of a traditional katana, and he puts it on his hip. And he also has a wakizashi there too that he uses for... Actually, I don't know that I've ever seen him use that in game. It was always just the katana and the spear. But in like end game taunts and stuff, the little animation that he does after he's won, he does unsheathe the wakizashi and does like a dual wield thing. But he never does it in gameplay as far as I can tell. Actually, that's an inaccuracy. The shinobi were using regular katanas but shorter. Oh, okay, I thought I heard... Well, actually, no, I have watched documentaries on ninjas and stuff, and they talked about how they use straight blades. hell is he, a samurai? Yeah, so that's why I'm going for more of a warrior with this thing, because in later incarnations, especially, Scorpion is really more of a samurai than he is a ninja. He's basically just a samurai with a mask. Oh yeah, I hate that too, Tom. Every once in a while he's fine. He'll just move on with it, right?
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it. You need something you're not officially supposed to have? You come see me.
Well, it's all about sources, right? I mean, somebody's source is going to say they use... Well, they probably did use katanas until, from what I heard, they straightened them out and shortened them.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
I mean, who's to say who's right? I don't know. I thought I knew until Haster challenged me on it. Okay. Can we do business?
I hope you've got some coin.
You don't have to get all whispery and husky with me, right?
Let's just take a look then.
Okay, now he should have the Shadow Mage stuff. We are looking for a couple of different things. We're looking for Pull Through Shadows. Shadow Dance will be nice. Pull Through Shadows. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. That's gonna wipe out half of my gold. Alright. Let's see. Shadow Dance. Shadows. Yeah, let me see. Actually, let's move over to... Oh, sorry. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. They're doing the server slam now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm like hooked. It's crazy good. And this, for being like a beta, it's been way better than any of the other new releases. All right, so I know we're all nerds, right? And we all take pride in our nerdity. But we don't need to be fighting with people on the internet over the types of swords that ninjas used back in the day. That's too nerdy even for me. So let's all just take a breath. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be right. Let's see. Shadow Mage. What am I looking for? Yeah, Shadow Stride is another one that I wanted. Move 15% faster. That will actually equate to 30% power attack damage in unarmed. If you don't have any weapons in either hand. And just being able to move faster in combat in general would be great. So definitely want to get that one. It's probably a hell of a lot cheaper than Pull Through Shadows. Oh, Pull Through Shadows is an expert level spell. That's why. Shadow Dance. That's the one that I want too. That's going to aid in mobility a lot in combat, right? Step Through Shadows. Dash to a target. We're not really... Okay, so Scorpion does have his teleport, and I may as well just buy the spell now while I have it. So he does have his teleport where he will teleport off the screen and then reappear behind the enemy on the other side. It's more of a flame teleport though than it is like a shadow teleport. So I've been thinking about using Phoenix Strike from Forgotten Magic on it, and because that also, if you perk into it enough, that will actually pop them up into the air at the same time, right? So it's more of like a scorpion combo than it would be for just teleporting to them. But I'll buy both of them. Nightgate is going to be almost completely useless, but everything else here we do want, right? Pull through shadows, either if we use it on our own or if we hook it up to spell scribe for the whip. That'll all be feasible, but we're gonna have to mess around with that a little bit, I think. All right, so shadow step, shadow dance. Oh, shadow stride, not shadow step. There. I'm getting Diablo and Skyrim mixed up again. Okay, now we're all the way down to 2,050 gold, which is not great. Okay, but we do have the Staff of Fireballs we don't need. We'll sell that off. Mage stuff. I'm going to keep this around in case I can disenchant it, because I do need enchantment skill right now. And do I have any potions that I'm not going to be using? Defender, resist magic, fortify block. Light armor one-handed. Defender is block. Got a lot of these regenerate stamina, but I don't have any of the... Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, great. Only 664 gold for that? So those potions that I just sold Enthir, those I crafted from... where do those come from? Dragon's Tongue, Fly Amanita, and Mora Tapanella. So if you have plantable boxes anywhere, planting those 3 ingredients, it yields a very valuable mixed fortification potion. I think it gives you like resist fire, fortify, two-handed, regenerate stamina, and maybe like restore stamina at the same time. So you'll be able to level up your alchemy skill really fast using it. And you can also sell them for a lot of money. So it's like a great renewable source of income. Oh, we have a bunch of crap here that I probably fished up, like literally fished up from the fishing stuff. Yeah, the bones I don't need. Hey, there goes speech too. I'm going to keep the empty soul gems because I can put a soul trap enchantment on either a katana or a whip at some point and be able to harvest some souls that way. And the flawless ruby I'm going to keep too, because flawless gems can actually be broken down and sprinkled on an enchanting table for boosted enchantments. All right, now I don't remember with Immersive College of Winterhold whether or not they have a enchanting table in the Hall of Attainment. They do. Excellent. Excellent. Carry weight. I do have carry weight. Nice. Look at that. Okay, now is carry weight going to give me more than archery? It will. I think carry weight's my best bet right now. Cool. Now, is light going to give me more than carry weight? 254 for light, 85 for carry weight. Look at that. So we're going to go light with this, with the petty. All right, and we got an enchantment level as well. Now, before I level up, I want to check to make sure I don't have any training to take. If I have training levels and I can actually afford it, I want to go back to Jorvaskr. And do some training there, either block or one-handed. I think I'm due for one-handed training with Aethys, I suppose. Either Aethys or Amryn. Boy, we really killed the chat with that Ninjato versus Katana argument. Eleanor, what are you doing out here? She doesn't seem to want to talk to me. That's fine. I don't really want to talk to her either. Okay, probably all kinds of hungry, thirsty, mildly hungry, severely thirsty. Well, how could Hanzo not be thirsty? You know, sharing an arena with like Katana and Melina. Like, come on. There we go. Liking the Nightblade aesthetic so far? Well, we're going for a ninja look, right? Oh, that's also something that I should do. I should show, once we get to a place with good lighting, I want to show off the end game gear set that I have planned for when Scorpion actually fights his way back out of Oblivion. The gear set he's going to have when he comes back out. Which is going to be his, like, Scorpion set. That's when he stops being Hanzo Hasashi and starts being Scorpion, the Wraith, the Revenant, the Spectre. We are going to Whiterun for training. Okay, we'll see if we have any training available. If not, we'll go ahead and level up and take some training anyway. At least leveling up will allow me to see my skill tree. So I can see if I need to put it into one-handed or block. I'm inclined to put it into block because block levels up so much more slowly than one-handed. Especially with Wildcat. With Wildcat and then Ordinator with the timed block perks, it really encourages you not to just walk around with your shield up, right? So it encourages you to, hey Gale, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We're having a fantastic start to the weekend. I know I am. Hey, and there's Magus too. What's up, buddy? Oh, is this? Oh, I thought that was the Beyond Reach priestess. Yep, so everybody who is just joining, we have just joined the Mages Guild, and I've actually gotten a few very key spells from Enthyr. I've gotten the Pull Through Shadows spell, which I'm going to learn right now. I would like to try to get this hooked up to Spell Scribe, just to see how well it works with the whip power attack. If things don't just match up very well because of the long-winded whip animation, then we'll just have to use Pull Through Shadows on its own. Shadow Dance. This one I like too because in the newer versions of Mortal Kombat, Scorpion can air teleport. So this is something, and he can teleport cancel, so he's very, very mobile in the game, and I want to kind of try to capture that, and I think Shadow Dance is a great way to do that. And Shadow Stride just makes you faster in combat. I might be able to hook that up to Okado's Recital at some point. And that's going to be more important for unarmed damage, not as much with sword and spell, because of the perk that translates boosted speed into power attack output with an unarmed stance. All right. All right, where are we looking for? We're looking for Aethys.
I've heard.
Whoa, she came out of nowhere.
Than you look. Perhaps we can hunt.
I'm the ninja, but you guys are the sneaky ones. Ah, there's Aethys. We can catch him before he goes back in there.
I never thought they would actually let me join the companions, but now it looks like they're letting anyone in these days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can teach you a few things.
Okay, already capped out on training, so let's go ahead and do a level up. Okay, so the attribute spread that I'm using for Scorpion right now is I'm doing 1 in Magicka, 2 in health, and 2 in stamina for every 5 levels until we become Scorpion after he dies the first time. Hey, Wind, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, once he becomes Scorpion and ceases to become Hanzo, which is like after he dies at the hands of Sub-Zero, I still have to figure out the finer points of how I'm gonna do that story in game. We can talk about that a little bit too. That'll be fun. But yeah, then we'll start focusing a little bit more on Magicka, because then that's when the Hellfire will start to kick in a little bit more. Not that I haven't been using the hell out of that fire, it's just I need a ranged option for an unarmed focused character on Legendary at low levels. But we're getting up there in levels now, so should start being a little better. Okay, so that would have been 26, 27, and 28 for health. And then we'll do 29 and 30 on stamina. Okay. So block first, I think we're pretty well taken care of here in block right now. So we have the block mastery. The next one I want to get is the second rank in timed block, which pops up at 50. I do have Poke the Dragon, which after a timed block, you can retaliate with increased. So yeah, this encourages you to time block, and then you get boosted damage within a few seconds after you do the timed block. Now, Apocalypse Proof is nice. So in Mortal Kombat, you can block elemental spells. You take a little bit of chip damage, but not as much as if it would have gone unblocked, you know? But this I'm going to take care of with the Warlock's Ring, which is part of the fishing creation club. Once you get to the point where you are challenged to a fishing contest, and then you get, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling anything for anybody. I don't think anybody's doing the fishing for the storyline, right? You get ambushed by these rogue mages. And at that point, if you keep fishing in that spot, you'll fish up a Warlock's Ring. And what the Warlock's Ring does, it gives you some boosted magical ability, but it also pops up a ward whenever you block. You just have to wear the ring, right? So that's what I'm going to be using for that. I think a ward for magical blocking is little more similar to how blocking magic works in Mortal Kombat. At some point in this stream, I might switch over to actually just looking at the Mortal Kombat game and exploring his toolset in that game a little bit. I think that'll be fun, and then we can talk about how we can implement some of this stuff in game. Maybe we'll do that soon. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm not going to be like playing the game on stream. I'm just going to be taking him into like practice mode and just showing off the different tool sets, and we can talk about how we'd implement it in Skyrim. Let's see here. Disciplined fighter. Do we have anything? So one-handed has also been a little bit of a challenge to me because, okay, this has been a bigger challenge for Scorpion, right? Spoiled my entire character's journey. He was supposed to be fishborn. Oh, Gray Sky, you're like the best lurker, you know? It's like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna be working, so I might pop in now and then, but just know I'm here in spirit. And then he comes out with like the one-liners that are just like pure gold out of nowhere. From downtown. Yeah, so the bigger challenge with Scorpion, like the more global challenge I've had with him, is that he has 3 different modes of offense, right? He's got unarmed, he's got one-handed with his katana / Najato, whatever he's wielding at the time, and he's got the whip, which is, you know, his harpoon or spear from the game. Now, being able to spread out the perks in a way that actually does all 3 of those offensive modes justice is going to be hard, because it's like a very wide offensive spectrum that you have to try to support. So I've been hesitant to put perks into either the maces, which is the whips in animated armory, or the sword subtree, so I just haven't been doing either. One that I really like is crosscut from the swords subtree. So if you do an unblocked regular attack and then a power attack right after it within 4 seconds, that power attack is going to be 25% more powerful. And the game mechanics in Skyrim work so that if you do a regular attack, you can cancel that attack and do a power attack. And if you time it just right, you can get a regular attack and a power attack within the course of like a half a second or something like that, right? So I really like crosscut. I might go for that. And I've been finding less use in the mace tree for the whip. So the whip might just be kind of just there for flavor, I guess. It does do some armor rating reduction on the enemy. And it's pretty good. 50 points at rank 1 for 15 seconds. It's not useless, right? But it's not really key to what Scorpion does. 3 times critical damage. That's pretty nice. Yeah, and we're not going to be doing like forward power attacks, sideways power attacks with the whip or anything like that. A whole lot anyway. I mean, maybe. It's going to take some more research, I think. We'll have to do some saves, take some perks, see how it works, and then maybe have to revert back to another save for that. Light armor is doing well. We're at 81, which is great. There might be something here in light armor to take. Maybe something like unhindered. But we have enough boosts to our movement speed now that I don't think we need more. Just having the more encumbrance points with that might be good. Yeah, it's basically a Maomer, right? A sea elf. We are going to need keen senses, is something we're going to need at some point, because the yellow cowl that I want to use for the scorpion, the final scorpion form or whatever, is unarmored. So I need to be able to get all of these buffs, all of these perks to be used without a helm. So we will be taking that at some point. Don't need it yet. Still pretty far away from that point in our story. Okay, enchanting's the next one I should probably work on. I have enchanting level 50, which is good. I think that's all I need for Spellscribe here. Yeah, Spellscribe only needs 40. Okay, so that's a no-brainer right there. Excellent. Now, do I have dual casting for alteration? I do. I was looking forward to this. Okay. Wow, past Karn is pretty smart. He knew I was going to need it. All right, so do I need block now or do I need one-handed more? I'm going to try to keep these two balanced. So block is at 58, one-handed is at 55, so we're going to do one-handed.
I avoid going to eat. I can teach you a few things.
He avoids going to eat. It's probably good. You should eat at home. Do your own cooking. It's a lot better than eating out for you. Probably get better tasting food eating out. All right, so now we're all trained up. Let's head. Oh no, okay. Before I do that, let's get Spellscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and favorite Spellscribe so I can switch stuff out if needed. And then back to alteration. We're gonna do pull through shadows. Oh, I don't have enough magicka. Do I have anything that fortifies magicka? Okay, so this is tough. This is an expert level spell. It takes a lot of magicka, and I have not been... I do have fortify magicka by 20 points. Is that enough? 80 points. That'll probably do it, I think. Oh, it's still not enough. Oh, do I still have that mage hood? So 110 points? Is that enough? Still not enough. Damn. $275 magicka. It costs 126. Anybody know the numbers on how much more dual casting cost than just a single hand cost? I don't know how else I'm going to be able to... Maybe I can console in like a solution. Double mana, so I should have enough. So 275 magicka and... I have 275 magicka currently. And I'm trying to cast something dual cast that is 126. So that should be 252, right? So I should have enough, but that's not... I think it's got to be more than double. Because that's not enough. Let's try a solution. Draft is 40. Elixir is 100. We can try that. Solution of extra magicka is only 60. I thought the solution was more, but I guess the elixir is... as high as we're gonna get. Still not enough. Extreme magicka, eminent magicka. Extreme magicka might be the peerless magicka. That's the one we want right there. All these helms. Let's see, what else do we have? A necklace of peerless magicka. Oh, we're cheating hard now, guys. Ring of peerless magicka. All right, we ought to be able to cast it now. Oh yeah, look at that. What? Cannot store concentration, ground target, or self-target spells. Is Pull Through Shadows a ground target spell? Well, this wasn't going to work anyway, was it? I should have auto-saved or quick-saved before that. I just got all that crap now. So, yeah, I guess that's not really going to be feasible then, is it? We can't even hook Pull Through Shadows up to... Spell Scribe, so I can't hook that up to my whip. Man, that's a buzzkill. Anybody know of any other spells that... I guess a summoning rune, maybe? But that's another one that's a ground cast. You can't hook that up to Spell Scribe either.
I'm still trying to figure out why Skjor let you in the first...
Man, the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Okay, I gotta do more thinking on this. More thinking. Well, at least we have the spell now. So I can do a get over here. It's not going to be hooked up to the damn whip. There's a spell called Phoenix Feather or something like that. I sometimes call it mana too. Yeah, I think they're pretty much interchangeable, right? Diablo called it mana. I think like Final Fantasy called it mana as well. A lot of different games call it mana. Elder Scrolls is the only one that calls it Magicka in my experience. So you can call it mana. I think we'll all know what you're talking about. Let's try Phoenix. There's Phoenix Strike. This is what I was going to use for the teleport. Because you can combo after it. If you perk it up enough, it'll pop people up in the air. And then you can start slicing and dicing. I'm trying to find that more organically. If I have to just add it in, I can. But in any case, that's probably a that's a Scorpion ability, not a Hanzo Hazashi ability. Trying to stay more grounded right now. Okay, I'm not going to add anything for this. I do have pull through shadows. That's good enough for now. Let's actually play with that, shall we? And I'm going to switch to the whip. So now I have pull through shadow in my left hand, and then I can just kind of do the whip stuff in the right. Okay, now I need to find Aethys because I have to do the whole training thing all over again. Oh, it's dark in here. They like to keep it dark in here, don't they? Aethys must be out in the courtyard, I guess, because he wasn't where he was last time. We like the whips. The wind does like the whips. Chips, dips, chains, whips. I love weird science.
I never thought.
Who else loves weird science? Anybody a child of the 80s that grew up with John Hughes movies?
In these days.
And you're a nerd, so weird science is automatically the best one of them?
I can teach you a few things.
Excellent. You remember that movie? Oh, it's a great movie. It's probably better for adolescent boys than for girls of any age. Which is probably why I like it so much more than his other movies. His other movies are all great though. You know, Breakfast Club is like amazing. Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles. I think more geared for girls, those last two, but still just great movies. Very funny. Good for everybody. All right, let's go back to, let's see. What should we do now? Should we just do some questing? There's a remnant spy in front of Villamere Inn. Weird science. 16 Candles had long dong. Yes, that guy was amazing. Automobile? Hello, pretty lady. Okay, well, I just need something to do with, let's just go do the mage's stuff. I feel less threatened by the Draugr than I do a lot of other enemies, so let's go figure that out. Or I could go do this bounty at Valthume. Let's go do the bounty at Valthume. Oh man, it's great. It's right up there with the other like 80s comedy science fiction movies. The greats like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future. Weird science to me is every bit as good as those. In my opinion. In my opinion. Tundra cotton has resist magicka on it. Grab some of these along with the lavender. Well, all right, that works okay, I suppose. It's close enough. It's close enough. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to we're gonna do Valthume Towers with the whip and step through shadows here, or pull through shadows. And then once we're done with that, I want to go actually switch over to Mortal Kombat and show you guys some of the tool set that he has that I'm trying to replicate in Skyrim. And maybe we can brainstorm some ideas of how to do that in the gameplay mechanics.
Bad time to get lost.
Oh, she's tougher. Cursed Rune. Good spell. Can't use it for this character. Okay, I also need a hotkey pull through shadows here. Let's see. It's like I do have healing. Equip, that's 1. What is 2? Who does number 2 work for? Huh. Well, I guess I can use... Let's actually use 2 for the blade. And we'll go... Let's see... 2, 3, I think is my potion hotkey. And where's 4? I don't have 4 either. Okay, so 2 is the blade, 4 is pull through shadows. Okay. All right, so that works. 4 will be harpoon, I guess. And 2 is... I just got to switch these around. Actually, I'm going to keep them here, and then I'll switch them around in the actual quick menu. All right, looks good to me. So we're gonna go 1 on the blade, 2 on the whip. Oh, now they're after me. I can save this for later. Ooh, he's got flame arrows.
It's so much easier to rob when you're dead.
Closer quarters, so we're switching to the blade. Ooh, he took a chunk. Oh. Got another spellcaster here. Okay, let's go ahead and regenerate some stamina, fortify one-handed light armor, and destruction, why not, and block, yes please. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down some paralysis poison on the blade because this guy's gonna be tough, especially that that magic has me scared up there. I don't know what he's got on that staff. I'm seeing like a tinge of purple, so it might be like a draining touch or something like that. But it has me spooked. Oh, it's Ice Storm. That was just a thug, too. That's actually the chief. Okay. I don't know why he put his... Oh, he went for that staff. Yeah, that staff must have like Ice Storm or something on it. Arctic Blast. Ooh, freezing wind. This must be an Odin one. Either an Odin or Apocalypse. Yeah, I didn't like that. Getting a little toasty there. Yeah, I've been really wanting to get my Streamlabs bot set up, the local one. I have it installed. I just need to get a second YouTube channel that manages it. I've just been too busy working on content lately to be able to focus on it. There's those fire arrows that he was shooting at me. That comes from the AE stuff, the AECC creation. I think it's called like Arcane Arrow Pack or something like that.
Time to finish this.
Oh, that guy went down easy. And that's just added to leveled lists, so. Okay, where's my Horror Vein? Here we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. I mean, you saw that one shot that I took from the arrow on the bridge, from the archer on the bridge. I would say it took about a 5th or a 6th in one shot. So we are in Legendary. They still do hit us pretty hard. I never really struggled very much with Scorpion from the very beginning, and I think that's just because of Classic Classes and Birth Signs Reimagined, the martial artist buff that you get at the beginning. Well, there's a couple of things. So that made his unarmed attacks like way stronger than they would have been normally. You'd have to have like a really beefy enchantment on your gauntlets in order to get that much power out of your fist at the very beginning of the game. And also the way that it buffs your skills at the beginning. So like light armor, it automatically had like a 20. If you pick light armor as like a major skill in a custom class, it will buff your light armor skill by like 20 or 30 points. So in some ways you're better off than the vanilla start, but with everything else you're all the way down to skill level 5. So in other ways you're much worse off depending on what those skills are. I think I just happened to pick like some of the best abilities and starting skills with that mod, and I really didn't even have to struggle even at level 1. Just happened to, huh? Well, I mean, it did take a lot of thinking on it. Like, okay. But I wasn't thinking, how do I make this as strong as possible in the beginning of the game? I was thinking, how do I most accurately represent Scorpion? And that's where the just happened to came in. But the death that you saw against the Argonian assassin in episode 2, I believe, was that was real. That was me actually dying to that guy because he was too tough for me. But then I was super stoked to actually kill him after that. Okay, so let's do this. I am going to use my enchanting supplies. You can get these via, I think this is part of the campfire mod. I need some bone meal. Do I have any bones? I don't, but I can use Scrimshaw from Hunterborn to break down some bones and make some bone meal. How about that? Plop those down right there. Oh, and all I get is this circlet. Great. Well, that doesn't help me much at all. How much am I encumbered by? 5? Okay, I might be able to just grind down some bones. The Scrimshaw, which I still do have active, yes. Canine teeth I want, bear teeth I want. Really? I don't have any actual bones? Alright, well, let's go find a container. I'll drop off some unenchanted items. Was that enough? That was enough. Okay. All right, let's go sell some stuff off, and then we'll switch over to Mortal Kombat 11, and we'll look and see what kind of toolset Scorpion has there, and we will see how we'll start thinking about how we can implement them. So don't worry, this isn't going to turn into a Mortal Kombat stream. I just want to explore his toolset in the game, and then we'll come right back to Skyrim and see what we can do to implement some of these. But I think it'll be helpful for you guys to see like what I'm going for and my thought process on how to implement them in the game here. And we can talk about story points and stuff too. I don't really want any spoilers, but people already know the story of Scorpion here for the most part.
Divine smile on you, friend.
The big surprise was going to be how I implemented this in Skyrim. But to be completely honest with you, I'm not even sure how I'm going to do all of it. I got some ideas for some of it, definitely not for all of it. Black arrow I can sell off. Oops.
You take care of yourself now.
You take care of yourself now. Man, I'm kind of bummed out that Pull Through Shadows can't be hooked up to Spellscribe. I would have to do some... I know what to do to fix it, right? You just have to go into Creation Club. You would have to change it to a spell that affects people and not something you plant on the ground like a rune. Because the way it works right now is like a rune. You have to plant it on the ground. It hits in a big boom. It has an area of effect. And I want people to be able to replicate this in their game if they have certain key mods, which is how I do my build guides, right? I want them to be able to download and install an Skyrim on their Xbox or their PC or whatever, and not have to go into the creation kit and hack into the game files to get something to work right.
Grace of Kinnereth be with you.
So just another trial and tribulation, I guess. Which is sad because that harpoon is so... I use the creation kit a little bit. Yeah, no, I do too. Like every once in a while, if I'm not going to be doing a build guide off, I'm just doing like a just play type thing on my own. I'll find like a piece of equipment that, you know, you had to work really hard, like what was it, Kind's token or something like that you get from Froki way out in the forest, and he sends you on this big quest to do something, and then he gives you this Kind's token amulet that ends up being just like a fortified stamina by like 30 points or something like that, and you're like, oh, that's it? So in my Druid Archer Let's Play series, I actually hacked into the creation kit, and I put a bunch more like buffs on it just to like make it feel like it was worth it and make it be like an end game piece of gear for that character.
Come on in.
Speaking of druids, I am done with the Druid build guide. I finished editing that late last night. I just have to upload it. It's a 30 gigabyte file. It's 30-minute build guide on the Triumvirate Druid. It should be out Wednesday. So instead of a Scorpion episode, we are going to get the Triumvirate build guide this Wednesday. That'll be this week's big drop. You also get a few stupid little shorts that you've been getting throughout the week. So my schedule is a short on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then a stream on Saturday, and then you get like an actual video on Wednesday. And this one's going to be a big drop. It's a 30-minute Triumvirate Druid build guide. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to moving on from it. That was a beast of a build guide, to be honest.
My poor Fralia think Florence. Gods be praised.
There's a lot to that archetype. In fact, there are like 3 or 4 different archetypes in one, which is what made it so difficult for me. Okay, I'm just gonna head. Oh, I still gotta turn in my bounty. I'm gonna turn in my bounty. I'm gonna head back to Ryek's End and then unload a bunch of stuff. Then we'll head over to Mortal Kombat 11 and we're gonna look at the different tools and we'll discuss how I can implement that in Skyrim, and then we'll come back to Skyrim and mess around with some stuff. Now, once I get on top of my content creation a little bit, I would like to have a little more of a plan for these streams sometimes. A little more structure. Go in with like certain goals in mind, like specific ones. But until I can get like a couple weeks ahead of my content creation, then I'm going to be flying by the seat of my pants because I'm spending like all my spare time in the video editor making videos. Oh, I don't know why I'm in Farragar. Proventus.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk... Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Thank you. Back to Ryek's End. Oh, and I also want to show off the endgame gear that I have chosen as well. Still don't know what I'm going to put on the enchantments for it, but at least I know what pieces I'm going to use for the mashup. Don't have anything on the mannequin yet. Oh, I do have some stuff on the mannequin, actually. Oh, maybe I don't. Okay, did get the Outcast Shen gloves from outside of Riften. Got a yellow cowl. I think those are the only 2 pieces that I have right now. So let's put them on. The gloves and the cowl. There we go. There's your mostly naked scorpion. There are boots from Divine Elegance that I use, and then the body piece that I use is the Akavir, or no, the Alakir armor from, it's like one of Nordwar's replacers, I believe. Do I play Dying Light? No. It looks amazing. I would like to play Dying Light, but I have way more video games to play than I have time for right now as it is, and it's just going to get worse in June. So I've been playing the Diablo 4 Server Slam since yesterday. I was up till like almost 4 o'clock in the morning last night playing it. So I might be a little off, a little quiet, a little tired today. That's why. I only have the weekend to play it, and I want to get as much in as possible. Until the release, I think it's like June 5th or something like that. That's going to take a ton of my time. Also coming out in June is Street Fighter 6. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, as you can tell from me being a Mortal Kombat fan. That usually means that you're also a Street Fighter fan. Street Fighter 6 is looking amazing. I'm super excited for that. That comes out like 2 days after Diablo 4. And those are both like heavily invested like online games that like you're trying to keep up with the Joneses on those. And then a couple weeks later, Final Fantasy 16 comes out. So much time, so little to do. The reverse, yeah. Final Fantasy 16 comes out for PlayStation 5, and that looks absolutely amazing, and there's no way I'm going to miss that one. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm kind of really worried about how I'm going to keep up with my Skyrim content on my channel with all that going on. And then in September, we have Starfield coming out, which is going to take over my entire life, I think. I'm probably going to get divorced at that point. My wife is not going to want anything to do with me because I'm just playing video games 24/7, which means I'm probably going to lose my job. I'll stop taking care of myself, so my body's going to get away from me, and then I'll probably get all depressed and everything because I just lost my wife and my job, and I'm probably eating like crap and not getting any exercise or not even going outside at all at that point. So yeah, I'm kind of worried. The backlog, man. Right? Little bit worried. Okay, I did a hard save. Cool. And it all starts with freaking Diablo 4. Based. You have to start questioning if it's worth it. Oh, it's not worth it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. Definitely not worth it. But I'm going to be able to help it.
Conquer. Cut the practice.
Okay, so this is Mortal Kombat 11. What year did this come out in? You guys might be very impressed with the graphics of this game. Let's see. Mortal Kombat 11 release date. This came back in 2019, so April 2019, so a little more than 4 years ago. And it looks absolutely fantastic. So here's the man, the myth, the legend himself. In this game, you get to... This probably looks the... This is my current loadout for him. He doesn't have the hood. He's got the mask. In fact, let's make him look a little more like... Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Customize. We're gonna dress him up a little bit. So Mortal Kombat 11 has a ton of different options. We'll just add a new... Oh, we have conflicting
characters.
Conflicting audio right now. We don't need two different... We don't need two different music songs going on at the same time. Okay.
Co-characters.
Wish I could play Mortal Kombat. It's great. It's fairly affordable at this point now. It's got all the content unlocked for it. You can get like the, I don't know, they call it the XL version or something with all the different characters. Got a lot of guest characters. You got the Joker here. Looks amazing. What other kind of... We got Spawn over here. That looks cool. Rambo. Got Rambo. That's just Sylvester Stallone when he was young. We got the Terminator. Some really cool stuff. It's kind of like a nerdgasm, is what I would call it. Oh, RoboCop? Definitely. Talk about 80s sci-fi. Doesn't get any better than RoboCop. It's all cool stuff. Anyway, we're here for Scorpion. So I'm trying to get an aesthetic for him that is something that looks like where he is in the game right now. So he's not wearing his mask yet because he doesn't really care who knows who he is. When he becomes Scorpion, he wears the mask because he wants to hide his identity because he's looking for revenge and he doesn't want to tip off the people he's looking for. So he doesn't don the mask until he's Scorpion. So for the katanas, yeah, so these are actual katanas, right? These aren't ninjatos. These are curved swords. Maybe, as Haster was saying, a little shorter than your traditional katana. And then a tanto, not a wakizashi. That looks like a tanto to me. It's a more of a dagger or a knife than it is a short sword. And then we have the spear, which he actually uses as a whip a little more. And then we have different skins that we can put on him. So right now, this looks pretty good. Looking for something with a lot of brown and some metal on it. Something like this looks like the Pathfinder, but with a hood would be better. This looks pretty close to what we have going on. Or maybe even something like this. This looks very close to the Pathfinder stuff. It has like the embedded steel plate within the leather armor. And you got some more plate on the hands and the legs, and you got a leather hood there. So we'll go with that. So this looks pretty close to what we got going on right now, I would say. It looks doable, yeah. All right. So then for the abilities, let's start with, we got a lot of different stuff that you could use. Misery Blade's my favorite, but the main stuff right now, the air slam, we're not going to be... Okay, so this was the animation that I did in the last episode where he did kind of like his little swirly pile driver thing, and then I cut to a clip of Scorpion doing his thing in game. That's what that was. So we have Hellport cancel. Let's do Death Spin here.
Collect custom, learn, practice.
Okay, now we're just going to go into practice mode. And we'll just do a random select.
Melina.
The Shirai Ryu Fire Gardens. This is the Shirai Ryu is Scorpion's clan. So in Skyrim, I am going to we're gonna buy Lakeview Manor from the Jarl in Falkreath, and we're gonna use that as sort of the Shirai Ryu grounds. I think we're gonna have a bunch of students and stuff here to learn Hanzo's particular fighting style with the whip and the swords, and they're all gonna have yellow cowls on them. So, okay, we have sword attacks here. That one actually goes into like kicks and stuff, but that's hard to implement in Skyrim. So we have the sword attacks. Stab, stab. We also have this sword attack, which is kind of a long range thing. This is more of like a power attack that we can get to, but this is just to show that we have different sword attacks that we can do. Now, in newer versions of Mortal Kombat, we have obviously the harpoon over here that we can use, but we also have an advanced version of it where you can burn a little bit of meter and then you can get a combo after that. You can get a little bit more off of that. So after the spear, she gets stunned, and then you can follow up with whatever else you want to do. So something like this will be do a pull through shadows, and then we can do a little slice like that. That's probably going to be the most feasible thing that we have in Skyrim. That's probably something that I'll use a whole bunch. But it doesn't really get the whip involved in it. So instead, pull through shadows is just like a magic. Cool though, yeah. It's just like a magic thing. But in newer versions of Mortal Kombat, he can use his harpoon as more of a whip, and you get something like, let's see if I can find it here. Move list. Oh, I didn't do this. Is the death spin. It's this guy right here. Down, forward, B. There we go. So to me, this is more feasible in Skyrim. Something like this. You do the pull through shadows, and they get pulled to you, but then you probably want to get like a whip attack ready to go, because the whips in Animated Armory, they take a while to get to like that hit frame where it's actually causing damage. So it would be something like this. Pretty cool, huh? This we can definitely do in Skyrim. In fact, I could probably like dual wield like a, well, no, this is going to be harder to dual wield if I have to have pull through shadows in one hand. So yeah, I could have pull through shadows in one hand, and then a katana in the other hand, do something just like the regular little slice here. That kind of slice, or this kind of slice. But I think this is going to be my bread and butter right here. The backward power attack with Animated Armory is nice. Oh, for the whip? I'll have to look at that. So I'm going to make a note of that. Backward power attack with the whip in Skyrim. And then also I just got Shadow Dance, which I'm probably going to hook up to Okado's recital at some point. And that kind of that'll allow you to kind of zip around the battlefield when you jump. And in Mortal Kombat here we have his teleport. This is his like regular teleport, where he just kind of teleports behind you, stabs you with like the tip of his spear or his harpoon or whatever. He can enhance that to get a pop-up like this, and then you can actually combo after that. So it could be something like this. I missed. So that's what I'm going to use Phoenix Strike for. That's the Forgotten Magic redone, where it's as a power. You activate it in combat, and then you basically teleport to the enemy, and it's a flame-based spell, so it looks the same. You'll teleport toward the enemy, you'll pop them up in the air after you get certain perks in it, and then you can just slice them up with your sword. So looking forward to that. But I haven't found Phoenix Strike yet. I don't know who Scorpion is or anything about him, so it's interesting to see this. Okay, good. I thought you non-Mortal Kombat people might enjoy this if you gave it a chance. And this is all in the frame of Skyrim anyway, so that's good. So what else? Oh yeah, but in the newer version, in Mortal Kombat 11 here, Scorpion can actually cancel this teleport. So this is what I think Shadow Dance is going to be useful for. And he can do it in the air. Yeah, pretty cool, I think, huh? And there are also some other things that he can do that I want to show off.
Conquer. Characters.
Let's change his abilities here. Death Spin we've seen. Demon Breath, this is, you know, pretty standard. Just the Dragon Breath, the Flame Breath, I think. Hell Flame is more of, oh geez, can I unequip everything here? There's no button to unequip everything. So Hellflame is he just throws a fireball, right? We have all kinds of different fireballs that we can use. Demon's Breath is cool. We'll do that. We'll take a look at that. Demon Dash is pretty cool. We'll take a look at that. Death Spear combo is kind of just like a hit grab where in the middle of a combo he'll grab you and kind of strangle you with his spear. I don't think that's possible at all. Sin Blade's pretty cool. It's just a jumping sword attack. I do have a mod that allows jump attacks, so it looks almost exactly the same. Burning Spear is the other one I want to look at. Misery Blade is just more sword attacks, which, you know, we already know we can represent. So these three abilities here are what I really want to look at. Demon Breath, Demon Dash, and Burning Spear. He was the leader of the Shiraiyu clan of Shinobi. Supposedly the Lin Kuei attacked the Shogun and later Hanzo's village. Hanzo and Bihan dueled and Hanzo lost. Yes. Necromancer Quan Chi raised him as a wraith, and Hanzo, now known as Scorpion, wanted revenge on Sub-Zero. But he was duped.
Characters.
So without getting into too much of the nitty-gritty details, I was looking for, yes, a necromancer that I could use as a Quan Chi character, and the one that kept coming to my mind was Sild, the Warlock, because he raises all those ghosts, which are, you know, specters, not quite like Scorpion is a specter, not the same thing, but they are ghosts, and he has them under his control, and that's kind of where I was going with that maybe the last guy that Scorpion needs to kill to regain his humanity and his honor is Sild the Warlock. Sorcerer Shang Tsung gave him a chance, but the one wearing the armor was Tundra, Bihan's brother. Right, the other Sub-Zero. The newer Sub-Zero from like Mortal Kombat 2 and beyond. Or maybe even Mortal Kombat 3 and beyond. The unmasked Sub-Zero. His name was like, I want to say Quan Lun or something like that. Bihan's younger brother.
Scorpion.
Oh, is this the one I was going for? This is not the one I was going for. Here we go. This is the one I was going for. Kuai Lang. Yes, that's the one. Not Kuai Lung, Kuai Lang. Oh, Shao Kahn would be another fun one to build. Think about doing all this Shao Kahn stuff with the samurai armor, the Akaviri samurai armor, and Volendrum. That'd be cool. All right, so what do we have now? A couple new moves that I wanted to show off. Demon Dash, no. Oh yeah, Demon Dash. This one, I'm not really sure. I mean, it's kind of like what I'm using in Salamander Touch, which is basically a flame cloak spell. And unarmed, he can get in there. He can do like a grappling finishing move with his unarmed stuff. Phoenix Strike can kind of do this too, but I feel like his teleport is a little bit more of an iconic move that I want to use Phoenix Strike for. This one is really new. So yeah, I think just maybe the unarmed finishers. Along with Salamander Touch, the Flame Cloak would be good enough for that one. I think. What other one do we have here? Demon Breath. Okay, so this is kind of his classic fatality, right, where he burns you to a crisp and you just kind of fall into a pile of bones from Mortal Kombat 1, and he can enhance it. There's also what's called a brutality. If you can land this at the end of a well, let's see here. It's crispy one here. Final hit must come from Demon Breath, and you have to hold A during the hit. So if you hold the button and it's the last hit of the match, then he will do his classic fatality. It's pretty awesome. It was like a nice little throwback. So this is just Fire Breath, right? This is just Yol. And we can enhance it from Parthenax. And there's also a black book in Solstheim that I think that allows you to have like flame worms and stuff come out from this, but that doesn't really represent anything in the game. I feel like I can use destruction potions to make it stronger. And even just a one hit like Yol, just one shout, I can use this more often than not. It's a lot quicker to wait for a single shout to cool down than it is for like all 3 words. And this is cool because it adds like that stagger effect and everything. And I believe it does the same thing with Thunderchild. I think you get a stagger when you use Yol in Skyrim, so that's good. All right, so that's easy, right? And then, what is the last one? Oh yeah, Burning Spear. So I think that the Odin has a spell for this that just allows you to power up your melee attacks by adding like flame attacks to it. I don't remember what it's called. I'm gonna have to look, but I think it's a fairly low level spell. I can look at Feralda's inventory or maybe even Farengar's inventory and find this. But that's something we should have as well. But that only powers up his spear attack in this game. That spell will power up everything. I think fists, weapons, blades, and whips and all that will get powered up by that spell. And I can put that on Okado's recital, but in the game you actually have to do a special move motion to do this. So I feel like I don't want to put that on Okado's recital. In fact, with Salamander Touch, if I'm going for this, I will probably have to cast that manually as well. Okay, so I have some Okado's recital management to do on what I'm going to put in there. I think I'm going to be putting Shadow Dance. Blazing Soul is a good one. And probably whatever kind of flesh spell, the highest level one that I can afford at that, or can even buy at that point, until I get to the armor cap with just the armor alone, and then I can replace it with something else, like maybe the movement speed increase. Okay, well that was it. That's all I wanted to show you for the Mortal Kombat. We can head back into Skyrim now. So I'm sure you can like imagine me playing like hours and hours of Mortal Kombat 11 and then thinking, wow, this would be fun to do in Skyrim. And it's not just Scorpion. They have like a lot of different like warrior classes that have some representation in Skyrim. Like I talked about Shao Kahn, that big brute that I was fighting there at the end. He's got a big warhammer and he's got a spear that has representation in Skyrim. I could make him like an orc or something. Sub-Zero is basically the same kind of thing, except he used a war axe in Mortal Kombat 11 instead of like just an icy sword, which is fine. I could use like a Stalrim axe for him and a bunch of ice magic. I do have the running sprinting slide now too that I can use for Sub-Zero's slide. Okay, so I was gonna make a mental note of something. Oh yeah, the backwards power attack with the whip. Maybe that's the one I use with pull through shadows. Oh, that's... Okay. He does kind of do like the little twirly whirly thing. Let's go ahead to, we'll go back to the College of Winterhold. We'll keep doing that quest line. We'll head to Sarthal. I want to check with Feralda and see if she has that, that flame charge up spell. That's not the animation you got? What animation do you have? What does he do? Because everything else here is like definitely, is animated armory. Are you using like MCO or something like that? Oh, okay. Looked weird? It does look a little weird. It's a little janky, but it's worth it in my opinion. And really it's not any worse than the vanilla animations anyway, right? Okay, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking for Feralda. See if I can find that Odin fire imbuement spell. And as far as the fire breath, I have to do the main quest line first, and since I'm running Skyrim Unbound, oh, there's the lady I'm looking for.
Does a fine job as master with spells and incantations.
Since I'm running Skyrim Unbound, I get to determine like what level I want dragons to start appearing at, and as soon as I kill my first dragon, that is when the main quest gets kicked off. And I think I have that set to level 30 right now, and I think I'm somewhere like level 28 or 29. So shouts and everything will be unlocked then. Oh, here's that the spell for the staff that I found not too long ago. Blazing strikes. This might be it. For 60 seconds, power attacks inflict a burst of fire. Does 54 damage. Targets on fire take extra damage. God, this is getting expensive. That might be it. This actually might be good for... Actually, I'm going to take this and see... This might be good for that fireball that he throws. This might be good for the fireball that he throws. Just regular old fireball. This is interesting. The fire bloom, kernel of fire that explodes after 4 seconds, dealing 148 points of fire damage. That's crazy, and it could be boosted with a potion. This kind of reminds me of that hell port that he uses, the hell dash, where he would grab the guy in like a chokehold and then blow him up after a delay. Short-ranged explosive blast. Or maybe this one would be better. Just going through the rest of these as quickly as possible here. Punishing fire hurls a flaming orb that deals 74 fire damage if the target is affected by a healing potion or spell. Punishing fire deals triple damage. And this seems very situational, right? Now it is annoying when mage enemies start healing themselves, and this would be perfect for that. But this is also a very expensive tome that I can't even afford right now anyway. Scorching Hands, blast targets in melee range, dealing 100. Okay. This might be good to hook up to, like, Spell Scribe, though. Waves of fire that do 20 points of fire damage per second. Targets on fire take extra damage. I don't know about that. Unbound fire, not what I'm looking for. Wall of flames, not really any representation in Mortal Kombat for that. Wildfire, flames travel along the ground, doing 67 points of fire damage per second. Almost like a flame wall spell. Okay. No, I think I'm good with what I have now.
Then.
Yeah, we can take a look. Yeah, pretty close to what we had going on in Mortal Kombat over there. A little more tactical with all the little different pouches and things. But he still has some of the steel plate mixed with some of the leather, like pauldrons and things like that. So he's keeping light, he's keeping, but he's keeping protected at the same time. Okay, blazing strikes and combustion. Looked like I was getting hit by Colette's grand healing there. Felt great. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Blazing strikes, here we go. Power attacks deal a burst of fire, does 54 damage. Let's try this out. Oh, now we got a little glow on the hand. Let's hit Eleanor. Or is that Mirabelle? That's Eleanor. No, that's Mirabelle. Oh, that's cool. She just took it. She didn't care. Okay, that is actually really good for that burning spear. Okay, I might use that a little bit as just some more upfront fire damage. And with the whip, you get a lot of good range on that too. All right, well, let's go to Sarthal. See if we can make it through. Oh yeah, I did want to hook up. Ooh, no, 12th tier is the alteration one. I'm gonna buy an upgraded, if I can afford it, I'll buy an upgraded flesh spell from him too. Hook that up to Okado's recital, and we'll redo Okado's once we get there. But I want to hook up Shadow Dance, and let me demonstrate Shadow Dance real quick here. Well, once I'm on more level ground here, it'll be more obvious what it's doing here. So yeah, this is like those teleport cancels. And it's a little less reliable in combat, especially if you have Okado's recital going.
I can still put up a fight. You bud.
Wandering Magician versus an Ice Mage. You're gonna fight me now? Or are you gonna fight this? Okay, the Wandering Magician is not a bad guy. I don't know if I want to pull these guys through my shadow. So this is just like his thrown fireball. The one that I didn't demonstrate. Get out of there. After seeing the MK character, I can definitely see how you're recreating the character in Skyrim. Yeah, thank you. It's, you know, not perfect, but you can kind of see the thought process at least right now, right? Oh my god, this... Snow is just blinding out here. Ooh, okay. Nice. There we go. I like that. That blazing strikes, or what is that? Is that blazing strikes? It is blazing strikes. Oh, it's great. Especially for like enemies who are weak to fire. Yeah, the blazing strikes mixed with the whip, the range of the whip is almost like custom made for defeating frost trolls, right? It does look fun to play, right? Nice though. Yeah, the teleport thing kind of looks good. Yeah, it does, right? And if you watch like high level competitive, there are people who play Mortal Kombat professionally and they make money from playing the game. So you gotta imagine they're really good at it, right? They do that teleport cancel all over the place. So if you see like a highly competitive Scorpion playing in a competitive like professional match, they are teleporting all over the place and they just give their opponent fits. So yeah, we got a pretty big potential tool set to work with here, and we are really working on fleshing that out. This is not the correct way to go for this, but it works. Get the silver while we're here. Now I'm not actually putting any perks into any of the crafting skills except for enchanting, because I had counted on being able to use spell scribe, and I still might be able to use it for something. I just got to explore it a little more, what like spells I have that are available to hook up to it and how I can match that up with something in Mortal Kombat. But for the most part, we are not using, we're not going to be investing any perks into any crafting skills except for enchanting. And if I just have to do just the basic enchanting, just strength, don't go to soul slime. If I have to do just the basic old school enchanting for it, then I will, not a big deal. I can make them stronger that way. I can't think of anything else, any other skills to perk into anyway. And if I just use those perks for more combat related skills, then it's a win-win either way. So I'm not too annoyed by it. I was just really hoping that Pull Through Shadows was, well, I was counting on it actually, was going to be able to be hooked up to Spellscribe, but it's not. It's not. There we go. That bought us some encumbrance. Yo,
And here we
Tolfi.
all are. Shall we step inside?
Not yet. What do you have
Take a
for
look.
sale? I am looking for... Ooh, ebony flesh. That is the one I want, and I have just enough money to get it. Great. Do I have anything else to sell you in return? I do have a spell book that I'm not going to use, Forgotten Magic. Got a couple hundred back for that. Control Weather I just consoled in for recording purposes. Black Cowl I don't need. The Shaman stuff I don't need. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's go do it.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Give them a head start. I'm gonna hook some stuff up to Okado's recital here. First I gotta empty it out. So empty left hand. And then, let's see, we obviously need ebony flesh, which I haven't learned yet. Ebony flesh goes on there. That's going to help with our armor rating until we get that all the way smithed up with our end game gear. Oh, I was going to show some of that off too. I'll do that once we're on the other side of this Sarthal. I'll show you what it looks like in action. What else? We have ebony flesh in there. Blazing soul I really like, but I want to make sure I get all the necessities out of the way first. So we'll do shadow stride. No, we'll do shadow dance. I don't think I really need shadow stride unless I'm focused more on unarmed combat. Got shadow dance in there. That's the jump teleports. And what else here? I can go with Shadow Stride or I can go with something Destruction. I'm inclined to go with something Destruction. I really like Blazing Soul. This one just fits really way too well. Salamander Touch is great too, but I wanna make that more of a manual cast thing. So let's do Blazing Soul. Oh, add a juice. Blazing Strikes, Salamander Touch. Gonna want both of those ready to go for that first little fight in that little
some of you may know,
enclosed area
Sarthal was one of the
where you meet Coronir or
Skyrim,
whoever that first
the largest.
Psijic monk is.
Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able... Well, are there any questions before we begin?
Okay, you were saying? No questions for me. What do you want me to do?
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate...
Rip that lecture a little short. I don't know if I don't know, this might be a useful skip if you're just trying to go through it, but I didn't know you could cut it short like that.
Enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Berlina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them.
Don't touch anything! What? Ah, yeah.
Arniel, everybody's favorite scholar in the mage. Everybody's favorite NPC from the College of Winterhold.
Just round up the rest of the
maybe
magical
not including
artifacts
Uncondo.
so that I can catalog them. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
Oh, I do have a third-person selection active now in my mod list, and it makes it a lot easier to pick up small little things in third person. It's a great, highly recommended mod, this one. It also makes it easier to pick up things like Mora Tapinella that might be a little hard to, a little finicky to activate, or like glowing mushrooms where you have to kind of focus on one of the tendrils. This mod just kind of does it for you. It's nice.
What in the world was that racket?
Or butterflies, trying to catch butterflies or dart wings.
How in the world did that happen?
Dragonflies and stuff.
Really?
Makes it a lot easier for that stuff.
Important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
I think it's just called third-person selection. Guess we gotta wear that amulet.
Do you see that?
Gotta get some hotkeys set up for this. I'm not gonna put you guys through more menus and thinking about things. So for now, we'll just have this stuff ready to go. Well, yeah, let's explore, eh? Now I have the sword out right now instead of the whip.
This is highly unusual and very interesting.
Just because it's a little more effective for close quarters combat.
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
Oh, it's all good. Thank you. Makes me feel better. I realize we haven't done a whole lot of playing Skyrim. It's all been like build theory, Buildcraft, and looking at Mortal Kombat.
Well, know that you have
I want to get some actual Skyrim gameplay in here.
Judgment has not been passed.
How long does this last? I wonder. How long is this active? Oh, not very long. Only like 30 seconds for both Salamander Touch and Blazing Strikes.
You have no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead.
Might actually have to replenish these.
This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You may.
Well, that's a nice vote of confidence there.
Have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic?
Sorry, trying to get through this just so I can.
The Psijics have no connection. Perhaps we should. Now, please.
I don't want to waste my
Who knows what we're going to find?
spellcasts here. They only last for 30 seconds, you know. Ooh, took a cheap shot there, huh? Woo! I love that. Blazing Strikes, my new favorite spell. Oh, it's so good. Man, that was awesome. I'm tempted to put that on Okado's recital right now, but that would not be very Scorpion-esque.
What are you doing that for?
I feel like in terms of balance and stuff, you gotta be able to cast that manually, right?
Come on! Did you hear something? Don't hurt.
I probably have to turn off violence if I'm going to be using a lot of the whip. It doesn't really match up very well. There we go.
I've never seen anything
it's so
like
good.
this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins.
Yeah, look at them.
This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. But if it is truly dangerous...
Saphira would approve of the whip play.
I'll be sure and catch up with you before long.
Yeah, did you play with violins with the kill cams when you were doing Saphira with the whips wind? Were you able to come up with a solution that kind of worked with the two? Because, well, I mean, I guess I could pick and choose specific ones that work for both the whip and the sword. I think that's what I'll have to do. I'll have to go through and pick and choose which ones work for, you know, unarmed, the whip, and the sword altogether. And just leave out the mace specific ones because they don't really fit well. Okay, now I gotta remember about that rune over there. That thing still kills me all the damn time. Yeah, this, I mean, it doesn't, like, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. There it is. Okay, now we're back to... We'll do salamander... Oops. We'll do salamander touch. It's gonna be close quarters. I think he got through my block on that one. Okay, got some good timed blocks in there. Ooh, we got a shout. We got a screamer. Ooh, he hits hard too. Okay, I need stamina. Got to be better at that. Not letting all my stamina go away. Let's go ahead and just get buffed up. This guy's tough. Probably want to do a little healing while we're at it. Oh yeah, getting a little low there too. Go ahead and fortify your stamina. That should do it. Ugh, that shout. Okay, well the destruction potion along with salamander touch really got him. More than anything else, I think. But that's good. We got some good timed blocks in there. How's my encumbrance looking? Not good enough. Hanzo's getting better and better with the blade every day. And the whip, of course. Still got a little bit of agility left. If he's got to roll out of there, he can do that. So, I think one of the things that I'm sort of concerned about with this shadow dance on Okado's recital is in enclosed areas here getting stuck in terrain. But I do get alteration skill every time I jump. It just costs me magicka. See, it costs me like 5 or 10 magicka every time I jump with the teleport. Oh, and sometimes it doesn't even fire off and you end up landing on a trap. Yeah, I remember this with my Shadow Mage. That Shadow Dance, that teleport isn't 100% reliable. It works most of the time. Doesn't work all of the time. Oh my god, look at my health there. Okay. Did not realize. That's dangerous. Alright, this is one of those easy ones. You just have to match it up with the plaque behind it. Oh, that one didn't need to change, but I did anyway. I have Salamander Touch ready to go. This is mostly going to be sword and flame cloak area because of how condensed everything is, how tight quarters everything is. This might actually be a good place to use the whip. Use the terrain to my advantage. Let's see it, boy. Ooh, he took almost half of my life with that one blocked power attack, even though I got the timed block on it too. Did get a level up though, that's good. Ooh, an ebony glaive. This thing is nice. I gotta do a glaive build at some point too. Frost armor, definitely not using this. That's rival territory. Yeah, so still definitely on legendary difficulty. A fully timed block still almost took half our life. I was getting Shadow Dance involved in there a little bit more though. Getting comfortable with that. Don't have the encumbrance for that glaive, but I'd love to take it and enchant it and sell it. Use the money for training. Kaboom. Oh, and this guy here. Got this pretty well memorized at this point. Remember how much of a pain this was for the longest time, though. Until I figured out the trick. And now I can get through it easily.
I thought it high time I caught up with you.
Okay, so now we're gonna have the Yurik Galderson fight. I think we're gonna have to keep a ranged approach until it's time to go fight him. Yeah, we're gonna keep a ranged approach until Tolfdir weakens him, and then we can go in. This I would rather have the sword, because with his ranged ability, with Yurik's ranged ability, I feel like it's a death sentence trying to fight him from afar, right? Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Regenerate stamina might be nice though. Hell yeah, I'll take some of that. Stamina management has been kind of an issue. Oh, jeez. Stepping on traps also an issue. Getting poisoned for half your life, and Tolfdir, oh, 2/3 your life. Oh boy, okay. I almost started to get worried there for a second. 8 points, don't have the encumbrance for it. Might come back for it. Okay, let's rest here for a second. I'm gonna get sated and slaked if I need it. Looks like I'm okay though. Okay, just putting stuff in my quick menu here that I might need. For this fight, because this fight can be really tough, and I am running Shadow of Skyrim right now, and I don't want to get killed by Yurik and be sent back somewhere else with a debuff, you know. Poisons aren't going to help us at all. Resist magic will help. Resist fire will help. Looks like I might be out of resist frost. No, I do have a resist cold. Oh, I have plenty of resist shock, or frost, that's good. Berserker defender, maybe. Fortify stamina, yes please. Put the minor stamina back in there, regenerate, I'm gonna need that. I think we're good. Do a quick save here just in case. Oops.
Well now, would you look at that? I never imagined we'd find something like this. Did you hear something?
Oh, I heard something and I saw something. Let's see, he's got his ice spikes going right now, so we're gonna pop some resist magicka, or resist magic, and some frost, resist frost. Try to get his attention.
Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. I'll try to drain some of its power.
Yeah, get down there and do it then. I don't know why you're up here with me. Okay, you got anything? You just gonna piss fart around over there?
There. Now
okay.
attack.
Ooh, he hits hard. We got shock now, I think. Just re-up on the resist magic, resist cold, resist fire. He might change phases at some point. Still good. Need to replenish stamina. Where's my minor stamina? Here it is. And let's go ahead and buff everything up. We got him down to about half health. That's good. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, once you get all buffed up with those potions, it's
I'm not the only one seeing this, am I?
not as tough.
This is utterly unique. This is simply fascinating.
I like it. That worked. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have to refine the playstyle a little bit here. I'm kind of like just
Spells and incantations
all over the place with the tool set that we have right now. I gotta. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
I have no idea.
I have to really pin down like
Absolutely
what situations I'm going to use what tactics. I need to whittle down this tool set into like specific combos that I'm going to use, and then I need to figure out when I'm going to be using those combos. The wombo combos. That amulet of Yurik is going to be useful for a while. Start on Forbidden Legend because the Galder amulet is something that's going to be very useful for a spell sword type character like Hanzo is here. Okay, well that fight went pretty well. Actually, that entire dungeon delve went pretty well, I think. Leveled up again. Take some block training from Grelka. Or not Grelka. What's her name? Yada. In Yorvasker. Over encumbered. I think I do have some bone meal though that I can use for enchanting supplies. And we're gonna unlock the main quest here pretty soon. Ice Form, that is more of a Sub-Zero thing. That's definitely not something Scorpion's gonna use. Oh, really? After all this, the only thing that I have to disenchant is the damn ring? Are you kidding me? I thought there would be more. Let's put some stuff back. Circlet, I guess we don't need. Barbarian steel boots, I guess we don't need. Crafting supplies I want to keep because I'm still leveling those up. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let's head back to Winterhold, and then I will make a hard save, and then we will take a look at what Scorpion's endgame gear is going to look like. I still haven't gotten the enchantments figured out on it, but at least I do have the pieces for the mashup. Ooh, I saw some leather strips over here I want to get. Yeah, even though I'm not investing any perks into alchemy or smithing, I'm still working very hard to level those up to 100 because I still do want to do my best to get these armor pieces smithed up to the point where I can hit the armor cap without using potions or enchantments, because I want to use those for other things. Also, if I can hit the armor cap without a flesh spell, it will free up a slot in Okado's recital for something else that is more useful. So yeah, smithing is still very important, even though I'm not perking into it. It's not a major skill. Still want that skill up there. Alchemy is important for that way as well. I want to be able to buff up my smithing via potions and enchantments enough to be able to improve the armor enough that I can hit that armor cap without, as mentioned, things like alchemy, enchanting, and flesh spells via Okado's recital. It just frees up slots for things that I can use in better ways, to, even if it's just flavor, things that I can get closer to Scorpion would be better. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. 30 minutes left in the stream, too. Hungry IRL, by the way. I have some leftover pizza that I'm going to completely house when I'm done with this. Leftover pizza, protein shake, maybe an apple for fiber. I'll be in good shape. Where are you, Mr. Archmage?
You are relatively new here, are you not?
I am.
have noticed you, but we have...
My snow is melted. No, we haven't.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold.
Pleasure to meet the back of your head.
I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored
I'm tired too.
and investigated here. But I do not and
need some caffeine and some lunch. And I need to get back on that Diablo 4.
that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
So I started playing Diablo 2 in college, and my grades really suffered for it. I got to be very careful not to overdo it with Diablo 4 this time around. Diablo 3, I was fine. I didn't have a problem. I was out of college by then, but I was starting my career, and I didn't have a problem with Diablo 3. Diablo 4 is really good, though. Really enjoying it. Need to speak to you about Sarthal.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated.
Another one?
I have enough to deal with right now.
No. We found some orb. Tolfdir wanted to see you.
I see.
That's just because Diablo 3 was weak. You might be right. I did really enjoy Diablo 3 a lot.
Specific explanation?
I think I played a lot more Diablo 3 than I played Diablo 1. It's just Diablo 1 was more disruptive. Or Diablo 2 was more disruptive to my academic life than
and I will need to see this discovery for myself.
Diablo 3 was.
I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins...
Did you really not like Diablo 3? I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't at first. I guess the launch was bad. But I actually didn't even pick it up until the Ultimate Evil Edition came out for PlayStation 3. And then I played a whole bunch of it there. And then I moved to PlayStation 4, and then I moved to Switch. Always only played it on console because I thought it was much better with a controller than it was mouse and keyboard. Hey, Icarus, what's up, buddy? Hey, anybody who's not already subscribed to Icarus, he is an awesome content creator with great character concepts. He's got this... the Blight Archon, I think. That's your newest one. He's an orc that is like kind of not Vermina based, like Namira, or no, maybe even what's his name? I don't know if you're doing any worshipping, but he's got this awesome like great blade that he uses. He jumps all over the place like the Hulk. It's awesome. It's really cool. Highly recommend it. Also, his Death Knight is looking pretty silly now too, like in the best way. The armors that he chooses to use and everything, really cool stuff. All right. Correct, Periite, that is what I was going for. The Pestilence one, not Namira. All right, let's find some good lighting. Maybe that's outside. I want to show off the endgame gear that I was using to complete the look. I think we're in a good, really good place with tool set right now. My master plan of being able to hook up pull through shadows to spell scribe did not work out. Turns out pull through shadows is
There you are.
a ground targeted spell like a rune,
I just wanted to let you know
and not
that
a directly targeted spell like anything else that you could hook up. So that doesn't work. So we're just gonna have to use pull through shadows by itself and a whip in the other hand to complete his harpoon stuff, but it's close enough, I think.
Between the
it's
two
just
of
that
us,
harpoon is so
that this advisor
iconic
position
for
is
Scorpion,
a
right?
An excuse.
Yeah, I really wish that would
what he's
have worked
really
out.
doing is spying for the
Oh well.
Thelmorn, trying to
Maybe
feed
I'll
him
do a
information.
revisitation of Scorpion
Whether
at some
it's
point
true,
with some
I can't
other
say.
mods added to
But
it.
it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it?
Scorpion is evolving, indeed he is. Thank you for the warning.
You're welcome. All right then.
The lighting out here is terrible. What time is it? 5:59. Let's actually head back to Jorvaskr because I need to for training anyway. Get some block training. We'll get a night's sleep, and then Whiterun has better lighting than Winterhold does anyway. So I'll console in the pieces that I need from that. Ooh, Hanzo's getting hungry too, anyway. Training, sleep. Actually, we'll do some sleeping and then some training because the rested bonus will give us boosted progression for whatever we train in. Struggling hard in my game. Sorry. Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. Lurk away, bud. Oops, did not mean to quaff that potion there. Looking for Nyada. She likes to hang out down here in the barracks area. That's Rhea. There's Aethys. We could take one-handed training from him.
I never thought they would.
Excuse me, boys.
The latest recruit, right?
That's right.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah. No, Nyada must be outside, I guess. If she's gonna be down here, she's usually hanging out in one of these chairs by a door, or she's sleeping in a bed down there. Otherwise, she's in the mead hall area or in the courtyard. I thought it was late enough that she might be down there, but she is not.
I've been tending to the warriors at Jorvaskr for as long as I can remember.
That's nice. Yada. Oh, there she is. I see ya.
I'm still trying to figure out why Skjor let you in the first place. I can. It might save
Okay,
your
gotta
life.
level up first. Don't have any trouble with that. 29 and 30 for stamina. There we go. Got a lot of perks to use and not really a whole lot to use them on right now. Just want to make sure I have them for the key ones, you know? Ooh, I can get decapitations now. Hell yeah. That's one worth taking.
If the circle vouches for you, I'm sworn I can. It might save your life.
Oh, only enough for 3. I have to do all the selling and everything. Okay, I can do that off stream. Let's go ahead and hit the sack. Actually, I was gonna sleep before I trained anyway, but not a big deal. I'm getting hungry. It's affecting my brain. But since we only have 20 minutes of the stream left, I don't want to like take a break to go eat something, you know? I don't want to sleep right next to that guy's man spread over there. Look at this thing. He's like, why don't you come sleep right here? Kept it warm for you. No thanks, buddy. Close your legs, the war's over. 13 hours of sleep, look at that. I got 13 hours of sleep the other day. I think it was Tuesday night I couldn't sleep. So I went through Wednesday on like 2 hours of sleep. I was just completely trashed the entire day. And then so I went to bed at like 8:30 and I woke up at almost 9:30 the next day. Still feeling like I didn't get enough sleep. Everyone man spreads in Skyrim, they do indeed. Having trouble getting up those stairs lately. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, we got some morning sun coming up here. We'll wait one more hour. I'm gonna be real hungry and real thirsty after all this. There we go. Feeling better now. Okay, now let's, I'm gonna do a hard save here. And then I'm gonna go looking for all these little pieces of gear that I had. So for the gauntlets, I was using these, kind of more of a demonic gauntlet type thing. Very Mortal Kombat-esque. In fact, that entire set is very Mortal Kombat-esque, and you would think that this set is Mortal Kombat inspired, but it actually isn't. This set comes from, I think, League of Legends. There is an Outcast Shen character in that game, and I think that it was either inspired or taken directly from that game. But you can see it is very Mortal Kombat-esque, right? Kind of cool, yeah. No, this is only available for LE as far as I know. They might have done an SE conversion of it at some point. I had to do this manually on my own because it's an LE only mod. I had to convert it. I did the mesh conversion, the ESP conversion, and all that. And Magus actually did it. He ported it and put it up on Nexus, and they made him take it down because the original offer did not want it up as a port for whatever reason. But if you want it, you might have to convert it yourself. There's nothing saying you can't convert it. You just can't post it on Nexus. Oh, look, Naked Hanzo. So we're only using the gauntlets out of that one. For the body piece, I used the Alakir, I think. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. The Alakir Battle Mage stuff. Alakir Light Armor. Yeah, I believe it's this one. Yes. So this kind of has like the Japanese style poofy pants. Kind of ninja-esque. It goes really well with the gauntlets, I think. Got some chainmail in there as well. But still like very light, very flowy. I don't use SE at all, so... Oh yeah, no, I don't use SE at all. Oh, you don't use SE at all. You use LE. Oh, that's awesome. I have Hakama pants. Yeah, kind of like the Hakama stuff. That's the word I was going for. It doesn't really look much like what he wears in the game, but it's ninja-esque enough It is very Japanese looking. And then for the hood, it's just a yellow cowl. And then for the mask, that was, I think it was just the Black Sacrament one. It was either the Black Mage or the Black Sacrament armor. Oh, I think it's called Cowl. Actually, this might work pretty well. It didn't work at all. There we go. Oh, I was typing S-A-C-R-E instead of S-A-C-R-A. All right. It was just the Black Sacrament cowl or mask or something. Cowl, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I believe that was it. Hey, look, we're looking like Scorpion already, huh? Now, the boots were a little tougher. I don't remember exactly what the boots were, but they were from Divine Elegance. Light armor boots. Was it the Detlef boots? They look like they had a plate armor to them. I'll know it when I see it. A lot of scrolling. I had Divine Elegance. Yeah, it's a great mod. A lot of different stuff. Oh, they took the Outcast Shen away from view? That sucks. I'm sure you can still get it on the Nexus, though. If not, I guess I have a rare relic. Love the Geralt's towel. Yeah. Here we go. Now we're in the light armor stuff. Avalok? I don't think it was Avalok. No, it wasn't. Wasn't the cowboy boots, that's for sure. Wasn't Dandelion. And it wasn't the dress shoes, that's for sure. Wasn't anything Huntress. Not Isisha. Wasn't Manuscript either. Okay, gotta do that again. Pretty sure it's in the second one, if it's not the first. The third part is very limited. The LE from Steam View. Oh, you can't even get LE anymore? Skyrim LE? That's crazy. You can also use the Khajiit monk robes that came out recently. Yeah, I don't have those integrated yet, but they will be in a future profile. Oh, I think we're getting closer, though. That's heavy armor. This was a light armor. It looked like a metal plate. Maybe it was Radovid. Yes, it was the Radovid stuff. Okay. It was the light-colored Radovid armor. Boots. There we go. Now we're looking kind of Scorpion-ish, huh? Now, for the blades, I used the Sorrow Katana and the Sorrow Tonto from Immersive Weapons. These kind of look like his katana and Tonto's set from the Mortal Kombat game. I wish they had a Wakizashi version of this because the katana gets a little long. But they look cool both on there together, right? So we got the whip, we got the swords, we lost the mask. This is a problem that I had with the Shadow Mage too, the Shadow Ninja build that I did. That cowl kept coming off whenever I would switch equipment. So that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. See, and then I equipped the cowl and then the sword went away. Yeah, it's just a little bit long, but you know, it looks the part, and I like it because Scorpion has a lot of sorrow. He lost his entire family, his entire guild when the Lin Kuei raided them. So I feel like the Sorrow Katana is very fitting theme-wise as well. Got the katana slashes going. Wah! Wah! But yeah, that's what we're gonna look like. Pretty badass, I think. I don't know. So yeah, it's possible to literally import these Scorpion pieces in, and even like the gameplay and stuff too. You hate that they made Blood Rain outfit heavy armor? Oh, that sucks. Blood Rain set would be cool. That's probably an easy enough tweak in the creation kit though. But if you play on console, it's not great. Yeah, this is what Scorpion's gonna look like. He's gonna play probably pretty much very similar to what we did when we went through Sarthal with his toolkit and everything, gameplay mechanic wise. He's just gonna look like this while he does it. He's gonna be a lot stronger too, because at the point where we get into the story of when he becomes Scorpion and ceases to become Hanzo, Hazashi will have played through enough that he will have leveled up to probably at least level 40 by then. And I'm not using the uncapper anymore, so we should be pretty soft capped around level 50 for this one, I think, which is good for build videos too. The Blood Rain, yeah, no, I remember seeing it. I don't play a whole lot of female characters, but I might do a Blood Rain build at some point. I never played the original 3D version of Blood Rain, but I played that awesome 2D version of it from, I think it was PlayStation 3, the platformer that they made with the cel-shaded graphics. That was awesome. That was an amazing game. I like that a lot. Yeah, Blood Rain just has a cool look to her as well. All right, well, I think this is it. I wish I had some time to do some action, but this is actually now underpowered compared to the other stuff to my regular armor. See, Alakir light armor is doing 60. This one's doing 81 plus light armor. Yeah, I would get my butt kicked. I need to upgrade this stuff. But it would be cool to see him in action at some point soon. The series is actually moving along quite quickly. I'm trying to do 3 episodes per chapter, and each chapter kind of represents like a major turning point in his story. So this chapter will be about the companions. I'll try to get through the companions in 3 episodes, and then we will do Falkreath for 3 episodes. Then we'll do the Civil War for 3 episodes. Then he's going to come back to Lakeview Manor with the guild that he had set up. He's going to find a lot of people dead. And he's gonna find like this frost magic stuff all over the place, and then he's gonna get bopped on his head from behind, and then he's gonna wake up in Oblivion through I don't remember what quest line that was. It was from the CC. Bones for a Crow, I think. This one actually takes you through an Oblivion gate, I believe, and that's where he's gonna wake up. And he's going to have the 2 Daedric Keymasters to fight off before he can get back out through the Oblivion Gate. And then he's going to start hunting down the Ice Mage that killed his clan. And I think that's going to take him to his next chapter, which is going to be Destroy the Dark Brotherhood. And then after that, we have to go take on Sild the Warlock as Quan Chi after he figures out that Sub-Zero wasn't the real enemy the whole time. Fun stream, mostly? Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you mostly enjoyed it. All right, I'm going to hang it up there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Do check the links in the description below for all the cool other content creators out there. So excited for the next episode. Good. So this Wednesday is usually my Wednesday 10 a.m. is usually my weekly drop. It's not going to be Scorpion, like the stream too. Good, good. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, this next weekly drop is not going to be Scorpion. It's going to be the long-awaited Triumvirate Druid build guide. I'm excited to finally get that out and move on, because that was a very burdensome build guide. That was hard to handle. That was a lot. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you found this, just happened across it, you like Scorpion or something, please do subscribe to the channel. Very close to that 1,000 subscription mark. Very close, getting closer every day. And now with the regular content coming through, I'm getting the subscriptions are happening faster. So that's good. That's encouraging to see. Love Druid characters. Looking forward. Okay, great. Awesome, Gail. Excited to share that with you. 30 gigs of madness on its way through the cloud tonight. And then scheduled for release on Wednesday, and then I can start working on the next episode of Scorpion after that. Okay. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Have fun. Build away. Bye, guys.